fucking slave to men such as you.
We are all of us but slaves to those of means and position.
You thought you knew the ultimate traitor of Spartacus, Ashur? Think again. The biggest, most jaw-dropping detail you completely missed in the premiere, Dominus, is that the person who brings Ashur back from the dead isn't a god or a demon, but a familiar, tormented spirit from his past, and she may have done it purely for a terrifying, long-game revenge. What if Ashur's success is actually a brilliant form of torture engineered by a dead woman? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the hidden layers of this history-bending epic. We have to start with the foundational hidden detail that rewrites everything, the what-if premise. It's not just a plot device, it's a detailed, surgical alteration of the Spartacus timeline. The show tells us Ashur survives Mount Vesuvius, but the real hidden fact is how they justify his return. The original series showed his gruesome beheading by Naevia. That was definitive. But the spin-off cleverly uses the mythology of the Roman underworld. The spirit of Lucretia, Batiatus's wife and Ashur's victim, meets him in the afterlife and offers him a second chance in an alternate reality. Now, here's the detail to obsess over. Is this kindness, or is it a calculated move? Lucretia knows Ashur's nature. She knows he'll crave power, but she also knows how desperately the Roman elite will despise him. Did she send him back, not to thrive, but to endlessly struggle, ensuring his life, even as a dominus, is a perpetual torment of exclusion and fear? That quiet, unseen motivation is the darkest hidden detail of the entire premise, and it sets the tone for Ashur's House of Ashur, formerly the House of Batiatus. Now, let's look at Ashur's ascent. The biggest hidden detail that confirms his position isn't just luck, is his patronage. The episode confirms Ashur is aligned with the Roman powerhouse Crassus, the general who eventually crushed the rebellion. Furthermore, the episode casually drops a massive name. Gaius Julius Caesar is also in his orbit. This isn't coincidence. Ashur's reward, the ludus itself, is a trophy gifted by the Romans for his great service. And what was that service? The show rewrites the history to give Ashur the final, decisive blow. He is the one who throws the spear to kill Spartacus. Think about the hidden implications. This fact elevates Ashur from a simple traitor to the man who ended the most feared slave revolt in history. This single detail is his shield against the masses, but it's also the source of the nobles' contempt. They hate that a Syrian slave has a higher claim to that victory than they do. Speaking of contempt, let's dig into the hidden details of the House of Ashur's structure. Ashur is now the dominus, but look closely at his actions versus Batiatus's. Batiatus was obsessed with glory, tradition, and the brotherhood, even if hypocritically. Ashur, however, has a different priority, and it's revealed in his very first scene with the gladiators. He tells them that coin and personal respect are the only things that matter, openly scorning the traditional gladiator slogan of blood and glory. This hidden detail shows us that Ashur lacks the ideological drive of Batiatus. He is purely pragmatic, and that focus on immediate gain is what leads to his first fatal mistake, the cold-blooded killing of Rhodius. Why is the murder of Rhodius such a hidden political detail? Because Rhodius was one of their best talents, and Ashur killed him out of pure insecurity when challenged. This immediate act of short-sighted violence leaves the House of Ashur vulnerable, creating a perfect window for the Roman elite, who already loathe him, to exploit his weakness. Don't overlook the significance of Chorus, the new doctor. Chorus is a former champion who won his freedom. His simmering rage over Ashur's reckless behavior isn't just about losing a good fighter, it's the clash of two opposing facts. Chorus is a man who earned his freedom through honor and strength, while Ashur was gifted his through betrayal and treachery. This inherent, hidden conflict between the doctor and the dominus is a ticking time bomb, a detail that hints at a rebellion brewing from within Ashur's own ranks. The humiliation in the arena is loaded with hidden details about the Roman nobility's strategy. When Ashur finally secures a match with Euvidus, they don't just send a good fighter against Logus. They send the Brothers Ferox, three dwarfs known for their coordinated, mocking attacks. This isn't about winning a fight. It's a hidden message designed for maximum public humiliation of the former slave. The act of urinating on Logus's corpse isn't just gore. It's a factual, theatrical display designed to solidify the image that the House of Ashur is a joke. But wait until you hear the key hidden detail that exposes the noble's fear. Senator Gabinius is the only noble shown to be visibly unnerved by the extreme taunting. But Gabinius knows the hidden truth. Ashur is protected by Crassus. The nobles are so blinded by their own prejudice that they fail to realize they are insulting Crassus's client in public, which could have political consequences back in Rome. Gabinius's subtle warning to Euvidus is the detail that saves Ashur's immediate future and grants him a chance for a fair rematch. This small, easily missed moment of fear reveals that the Romans are not untouchable. They are just as governed by political paranoia as Ashur is. Now, let's pivot to the most controversial and modern hidden detail, the introduction of Achillia, the female gladiator, or gladiatrix. Did you know that, historically, female gladiators weren't really a prominent fixture in the arena until about 80 years after this period? The show's creator admitted this is a factual break from history, an intentional ripple effect caused by Ashur's survival. Ashur is looking for spectacle, something that will shock, disrupt, and offend the elite, and fill the void left by Spartacus. Achillia, the fierce warrior who makes short work of the Romans at the docks, is his answer. But here's the hidden emotional detail. Achillia, whose real name is Nefrit, immediately tries to kill Ashur. She is a powerful, untamed force who refuses to submit. Ashur, the master of betrayal and manipulation, is forced to resort to the one thing that will gain her compliance, a promise of freedom. This detail is crucial because it shows Ashur is forced to play a long, honest game with her, a type of commitment that goes against his very nature, and that conflict is the hidden engine of the series. We also have to talk about the hidden connections to the wider Roman world. While the main action is in Capua, the dialogue hints at massive background political forces. Ashur's patron, Crassus, is locked in a power struggle with Pompey and even the threat of Cilician pirates. This isn't just character drama. It's a detail that places Ashur right at the heart of the Roman Republic's decaying power structure. Ashur thinks he's simply running a gladiator school, but he is factually a pawn in a looming civil war that will decide the fate of Rome. Will his ambition be his undoing when these giants clash, or will his skill for betrayal allow him to navigate the most dangerous political currents? Finally, let's revisit the subtle detail of Ashur's new house. It is the former house of Gladiatrix. When Ashur walks through the opulent halls, he is walking through the shadow of his own tortured past. This setting isn't just nostalgic, it's a constant, hidden reminder of the humiliation he suffered there. He has everything Gladiatrix wanted, the wealth, the wives, the power, but he lacks the one thing Gladiatrix almost attained, acceptance from the elite. The nobles constantly refer to him as the Syrian, a detail that is meant to perpetually put him in his place and remind him of his former slave status. This subtle, recurring racial and class slur is the true hidden detail that drives Ashur's every ruthless move. His wealth is enormous, but his self-worth is zero. The Spartacus franchise has always excelled at hiding complex character motivations beneath the spectacle of gore and sex. This premiere is no different. It uses the shock of rewriting history to set up a new battlefield where Ashur's struggle is not against an army, but against his own past and the Romans' unyielding prejudice. Can he truly succeed when his success is built on a foundation of lies and a relentless need for validation? And will the proud Achillia, who promised her own freedom, be the one to finally expose the truth of how Spartacus truly fell? That is the ultimate hidden detail we are waiting to uncover. Which of these hidden details shocked you the most? Was it Lucretia's subtle revenge, the true reason Gabinius was nervous, or the historical inaccuracy of the Gladiatrix? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want us to keep pulling back the curtain on every blood-soaked secret in the House of Ashur, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell.